All right.
If you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, unsure of yourself, frustrated, it may not be a mindset issue. It may be that you just don't know your values. Hi, I'm Marcella from Crank It Up Coaching, and you are listening to Soul Fuel Sanctuary. And here's my partner in crime. She is.
Hi, I'm Yvette Carrion of Pivot Point Life Coaching and Trainings. And yes, friends, today we have a very, very interesting topic, and it's core values, something that moves us. And if you don't really find alignment with your sorry for that core values and what you do, then you feel frustrated, you feel disappointed, like Marcella said a while ago. So Marcella, let's get onto it. What are core values?
Core values are the guiding principle of how we act, how we
Mm.
respond. And a lot of times when we don't know our core values, like I said earlier, we become frustrated and we really don't know why. But the why is because our lives are not lining up with our core values. And so many of us, this is something new to you. You're like, what? Core values? Core values can be a life changing aspect or life changing movement in your life because you become, and we've said this over and over again, but you become more self aware of who you are and why you act and respond the way you do.
True. Yeah. It's actually like a compass. As you said in your book, your core values will be your compass. And so sometimes you lose track of where you're going or where you are. That's why there's a sense of being stuck. There's a sense of being lost. There's a sense of why am I doing this? I can't understand myself anymore. So when that happens, it's so important to ask yourself again, who am I? And what's important for me? What are my values? And often your values can also shift. Like, for example, when we were young, our values were like playing or going to parties or meeting friends. And so in another stage of life, your value would be career, how to make, how to be a breadwinner and putting food on the table and all that. And then as you go to another stage in your life, your value would be connections. But all these are ingrained in who you are. And as we go through this episode, you'll find out what are the values. And maybe you can resonate with some of them and identify them. We cannot name all of them because there are really a lot of values out there, but at least to pinpoint some, and maybe you can resonate with some and say, ah, that's me. Oh, now I understand. You're right, Marcella. So,
Yes, yes. Your values hold your deepest priorities. And it's your belief system about really what matters to you.
mm,
And like I said
yeah.
before, when your actions don't align with your core values, you become overwhelmed, you become frustrated. And one of the ways to know your core values is to think about what frustrates you, what makes you happy and joyous. Who's
Mm,
your who's a person in your life, or maybe that you don't even know, but you admire them. And why do you admire them? What characteristics do they possess that you admire?
yeah, that's so true. So, really reflecting on your life experiences and how you go about your life. I like that, especially when you have that sense of fulfillment and joy, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're driven and you're so excited about something. It's because you're doing something that's important, right? For you.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so it drives you. And when you're thinking also of your values, you also think of your passion, your interests. What I want to do. I'm not dragged to do it. What do I do that I don't even notice time passing? That I'm so immersed in it. And then I love it, and I have a sense of fulfillment that when I finish, for example, I'm just writing a book and then I don't notice anything else, and then when I finish, it gives me a sense of fulfillment because of something what is in there. Only you can answer that actually, because we all have different values.
Yes. So before I forget, what I
Hmm.
want to share with everybody is because core values are so important, and we really can't go into it like we would need to for you to benefit
Mhm.
from it. So, Yvette and I have decided to do some pro bono coaching
Mhm.
with you to discover, to figure out what your core values are. And when you do that, you will be amazed at the light bulb that goes off. And, I've done this with clients before, and it's so interesting that this one gentleman, he wrote down what he thought his core values were. And I said, well, what about this? You don't have anything about this, because we talked about different things. And he said, and it was really creativity. And he didn't realize it, but it was like a light bulb went off in his head that, yeah, I love being creative. And so many people used his creativity. They would seek him out for the creativity, but that was not part of his core values. So, with that being said, how you can get a pro bono coaching session is in the description. I will have, well, and I always have this, our email address,
Mhm.
Marcella and Yvette
Mhm.
at Soul Fuel Sanctuary or something like that. You'll see it though, but it's at gmail.com, whatever it is, it's at gmail.com.
Mhm.
So send us an email, say core values in the subject, and tell us who you want to coach you, whether it's Yvette or I. And there's only we only have 10 slots apiece. And so once we reach that 10, we will put you on the waiting list.
Yep.
So don't procrastinate. Let's do it, and let's get you your core values. And as most of you know who subscribe, that we do a lot of shorts, and so that it's going to be available to all of those people who listen to us during shorts.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to maybe put a little
Put it there.
label, yeah, saying
Yeah.
that pro bono coaching session. So,
Yep.
all right, that is what we're offering, and I
Yeah.
hope you take advantage of it, because core values, knowing your core values, can change your life, literally. And
Mm.
because core values are our soul fuel, it's rich, it's rooted, and it's real.
Yeah.
Your core values.
Yep. Yeah. So if you need a soul fuel, really get to your core values. And Marcella and I are offering our pro bono coaching for you. Get out of the rut. If you think that you're in a crossroads in life, like, we often find those crossroads, like in decision making, and then we get stuck in decision making and we can't move forward. Core values can help a lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
So how
can
do
be
we
life
identify?
changing. Oh, I'm
Yes, it
sorry.
is. No, yeah, it's okay, Marcella. I'm sorry as well. It is life changing. Yeah. So maybe we can give them tips on how I don't like to use the word tips, but just like how to identify your core values. So, again, reflection and introspection. And then you can examine your passion and your interests. And then, as Marcella said a while ago, you consider your role models. Who inspires me? Who is this person I want to be? And then you list and you prioritize your core values. And that's where we can help you within coaching.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
Nothing to add except that, core values most often is the reason when you ask yourself, who am I?
Hmm.
Yeah, and it helps you move forward in life. So that's it.
Yeah. So, what I want to share is that you would be surprised at how core values affects your whole life. It affects your choices, your relationship, your
Mm.
if you're seeking a job, it affects every aspect of your life. So that's
Yep.
why we think it's so important that you know yours. And I think Yvette mentioned this that it changes. It could change over time, like a year or two, because we continue to grow. And so I know for me, I'm not the same person that I was, let's say, a year ago or 2 years ago. And so it's always good to reevaluate your core values. There's some core values that it doesn't matter, 10 years, you're still going to have that core value. But then there may be a couple of core values that you, some other ones um, have, have, what's the word I'm looking for? Have taken those, have replaced some core
Mhm.
values, have replaced other core values.
Yeah. Yep. True. As long as I mean, for me, I believe core values are also based on the principles in life, the unchangeable, the timeless principles that we have learned and we have grown with. And these values can also are the ways that we affect other people.
Mhm. Yes.
All
So,
right.
okay, I last time we spoke, I did not say make sure you subscribe. Push that subscribe button, and if this has been valuable to you, and if you know of somebody that may need pro bono coaching session,
Mm.
make sure you share it with them, and we don't mind that at all. And for those of you who may not know, pro bono is a free coaching session, and normally the session is about 60 minutes, 45 minutes to 60 minutes.
Mm.
And so share, and we want to, we hope that you subscribe, and we hope that we've been beneficial to you.
Oh yeah. As Marcella said, please share, like, subscribe, and keep in touch. And if you know someone who needs help with the core values, we're here. Please do send us an email. So with that, we end our episode.
Yes. I do want to share one more thing, and that is
Mm-hmm.
remember that Yvette is in the Philippines. I'm in on the East Coast in the United States. So keep that in mind when you decide who you want to see. And if you find that either one of us don't have times, because when you email us, we will send you our calendar. If you find that there's no times that agree with your schedule, look at the other person. So if you're looking at me and I don't have any time, look at Yvette's calendar. Okay? All
All
right.
right.
We
That's a wrap.
that's
Bye.
see you later. Bye bye.